Both teams getting their final warm-ups in as we welcome you back to the MLB pregame show. First pitch of Game 2 in our series is right around the corner. But before we turn that corner, here is our Topps player spotlight. Jordan Knodler is in that spotlight. And the rest of the baseball world is buzzing about him as well. He's one of the best up-and-coming talents in the big leagues, and he's playing very well right now.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about him for a long time to come, Matty. He's still very young, and, you know, his performance lately has been far better than anyone would have expected out of him. Going into this season, many people kind of saw him as a rising superstar, but based on the numbers he's putting up, he's kind of already there. I'm sure eventually he'll run into some rough patches at some point in his development, but right now, he's playing like an all-star.
All right, the guys and I will be back to get this one started on the show right after this. MLB The Show's coverage of Saturday Night Baseball is on the air from Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game interleague series between the Miami Marlins and the Cleveland Indians. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. And here's how the visiting Miami Marlins will line up in this one. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
They got to be more patient out there. Work the count a little bit. Try and get to this guy early before he settles in.
Jordan Knodler will get the ball to pitch against these guys, and he'll be given the task of really focusing on keeping these guys off the base paths. That means to be successful, he's got to focus on keeping the ball in the strike zone and avoiding the unnecessary walks. D. Gordon heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Shortstop, number 9.
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
Bouncing ball, foul.
First pitch, 7-10.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Trying to bunt his way on, but this is popped up. And don't quite know what was going on there, but he's into first base safely.
Maybe a sign of things to come here. They may want to use their speed, shake things up a little, and here he puts this one down, and they can't make a play on it.
And he'll step off.
Get ahead.
Here's Ichiro now.
Ball.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. Eric, we take a look at the Tribe as they begin here tonight. Fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
And in terms of the homestand, it's been 4 games and 4 losses. So you always hate to give ground in your own ballpark. They're going to need to play much better all-around baseball here if they're going to snap this skid they're on.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Ready on 1-2. And here's a sinker that causes him to back away as that just about got him.
Yeah, you got to be careful there after that leadoff single. You don't want to hit a guy here and really let him get something started.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. On the ground to the left side.
You got it. Roll it up.
And that's going to be a base hit as well. So it's back-to-back knocks to start the festivities tonight.
Yeah, it looks like these guys mean business. Back-to-back singles here to start the ball game. They want to put as much pressure on this guy as they can early on.
Justin Bohr will stand in as you take a look at that highlighted column on your screen.
Hey, ground ball right now.
Closing in on that home run title.
No outs here,
This
fellas.
is a guy year in and year out. You expect him to hit home runs, and he's hit 3 home runs in his last 10.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Ball, that's
Fastball
outside.
off the plate away. It's ball 1. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
On the ground for Kipnis.
There you go,
This
turn
could be 2.
two. Turn 2.
One there. On to first, and they turn the double play. With that, a look at the batting order for the Marlins. Steve, what's the key for him here tonight?
Well, Matt, this team has elite speed, so all you have to do is keep the ball on the ground, focus on hitting line drives, and play small ball.
Hey, we got 2.
Christian
2 down.
Yelich will stand in, and you can see that surprisingly he hits better versus left-handed pitching than he does against righties.
Hey, fellas, hold him right here.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard to short. Lindor scoops it up. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. Marlins leave 1. And now the Indians will see what their bats can do in a scoreless ball game. Martin Prado will stand in as he'll get a break from playing the field and be the DH here in this one.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have here in an interleague ball game. You give him a little bit of a break from the field, but you still keep that big bat in the lineup.
Hey, nobody out now. Nobody out.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher, but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
The windup and the 0-1. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Some would say he's showing good patience here, waiting for his pitch. But as a number 5 hitter, I think you need to make something happen.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
I don't think there are too many guys in this lineup that could have laid off that 0-2 pitch. That's a real tough take.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Takes this the other way to right. And a base hit here to open up the second.
Cut, cut, cut. Hold it. No, no, no.
And this will bear watching as the game goes on. You know, if he's going to have success here, a lot of it's going to hinge on how he can locate his sinker. That one's too far up in the strike zone. A belt-high sinker is not much more than a flat fastball.
Derek Dietrich will stand in. He comes off an 0-for-4 in last night's ball game.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it,
now get us
he
a
hammers
2-ball
it.
here.
If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
Hey, we got no one here.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. And with that, let's give you a look at how the Tribe stacks up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, Yan Gomes, he's behind the plate. Yanimal, that's what they like to call him. Very good back there. Not only does he have the good physical attributes, but he's very good at calling a game, kind of leading his pitching staff. We'll see how he does in this one.
Chris Johnson will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
Oh, and that's a good fastball right there. He might have been thinking about protecting against that sinker.
No score here as we play inning number two. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
100 miles an hour is hard. A high 100, impossible to get on top of.
Fastball, strike three called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
Wow, and he hasn't missed a beat since his last start. Remember, he had 9 strikeouts in that one, and he's well on his way to a similar performance right here.
Tomas Telis will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
First pitch of the at-bat. In tight here with the
Two
first
down,
pitch
now.
fastball that's 1-0. And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Well, Matt, there is some feeling that Jansen can struggle occasionally with pitches on the corners. I've seen both hitters and pitchers be confused by his calls on the black at times, so we'll see if that shows up in this one.
Two and one after the foul ball there. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Swung out and missed, and it's even at 2-2. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 left for Miami. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Number 77 steps in here to start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow.
Yeah, and you know he's the number 9 hitter, but you've got to go to the plate right now thinking like a leadoff guy. Just find a way to get on base and then give those 1, 2, 3 guys a chance to drive you in or do something.
And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Man, he could flat out fly. I mean, once this thing got down, you figured if this is a fair ball, it's a base hit. That's almost too easy there.
D. Gordon stands in.
No outs.
Swing and a liner, but foul. Oh and 1.
All right, knock it down, infield.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
sent toward first. But this is speared by the first baseman.
Right fielder number 51, Ichiro Suzuki.
So one out now for the Marlins in their half of the third. And in steps the dangerous Ichiro.
One down, one down.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. Now he turns on a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. So a two-run homer down the line in right field, and the Marlins have taken a 2-0 lead.
Well, this pitch is just a little bit in, not really a terrible location at all. But if you're sitting on that pitch in that spot, you can certainly do some damage. And he absolutely did some damage right there to the tune of a 2-run shot.
Now batting, first baseman.
Standing in now, Justin Bohr. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
And now's where he can't get discouraged out there. He's still pitching well, only
plays it
down
first.
2-0. Still plenty of time left to turn it around.
That's by him for strike
Hey,
one.
we got one.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, same pitch, same result, and he's late on it again.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Well, this is how you got to do it in this league. If you give up a 2-run home run, you got to just move on quickly. He's still upset about it, don't get me wrong, but it's when you dwell on it that you get yourself into more trouble.
Christian Yelich stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
Grounded up the first baseline. 2 out, nobody on.
Hey, 2 outs.
Plays
Plays
it
it one.
It's a ball and a strike. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. Slapped hard the opposite way. Coming on is Brantley, but he won't get there. It's a base hit.
Now batting.
And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. Stepping in, Martin Prado. He reached on a single in his first try.
We got 2 down.
First delivery to him on the way. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Marlins lead it 2-0. Derek Dietrich is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Second baseman, Derek Dietrich.
Hey, get ahead. Stay ahead right here.
Into the windup and the pitch. He starts him out with a strike on the outer half. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Hey, nobody away.
Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Trying to strike him out for the second time. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Boy, and in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
Here's Chris Johnson now. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1.
Hey, one away. One away.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. That's in there. And he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Yeah, and if you got him to look at the first pitch up there, why not throw it again? Also let her high. That puts him in a quick 0-2 hole.
Plays it first.
4th inning of a 2-1 ball game. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
This is how you go about keeping your club in the game. Back-to-back strikeouts. Well, now, after scoring in that last half inning, you can start to sense that the momentum is starting to shift a bit.
Tomas Telis stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here,
outs.
with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
Hard to call that an off-speed pitch when it's a changeup at 88. That's a fastball for a lot of guys in this league.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he falls behind 0-2. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Line to the right side. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Hey, eat it. No throw.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned a corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Number 77 steps in, batting from the right side with the left-hander on the mound. Sinker to open the 8th in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control, 0-2.
And he's really going to have to fight now. You got to take a little bit out of your swing and find a way to put this ball in play.
Hey, need a strikeout right here. Here we go.
Here it comes, 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Marlins leave 1. They lead it 2-1. Leading off the inning, D. Gordon, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
To first, Napoli's there. And he'll take
He's
this
out.
to the bag, 3 unassisted for the first out.
Right fielder number 51, Suzuki.
Striding into the box,
Hey,
Ichiro
come on,
Suzuki.
get ahead, stay
and he'll
ahead.
be looking to add on to his 2 RBIs from earlier. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Hey, one away,
You can
one
tell
away.
here, in his mind, he's thinking quick inning. He's not even trying to set guys up. He's coming right after them.
Hits are even at 7 apiece. And Ichiro can't make contact as he falls behind 0-2 now. Boy, that changeup's had him eaten out of his hand.
Oh, and they've been falling all over themselves trying to get it. But you've just got to know that that's not going to be a strike. It looks like it is, but it isn't.
And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really, really spot on so far.
Into the box now, Justin Bohr. Hit sharply on the ground. And he loses the handle on the transfer, and that's going to allow the inning to continue. And some problems defensively as they allow him to reach first safely.
Yeah, as you watch this one again, it's a great play to lay out and get this thing. And he knows he's going to have to hurry. But as he scrambles to his feet, he forgets one small detail, and that happens to be the baseball. So this should go down as an infield hit, but a nice effort.
In is Christian Yelich as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
Now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
Hey, now we've got 2.
That evens it up 1-1. 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Kipnis has it, and a bit of a high throw that time, but not much problem over there at first, as that will end the inning. 1 left for Miami. Still down by a count of 4-2. Martin Prado will stand in to lead things off as the Marlins look to get things started here in their half of the 6th.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air.
You go, you go.
I go.
And the 6th inning opens with a flyout, 1 away.
Now batting,
Derek Dietrich stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far
Plays
in this
at 1
one.
now.
Now some movement in the Tribe bullpen as a right-hander starts to loosen up. No contact on the sinker there, and he's behind 0-1. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
And he misses with it, 1-1. Not the first time he's felt the squeeze tonight.
Yeah, he's looking and saying, what do I got to do to get a strike?
We're in the 6th inning now of a 4-2 ball game.
Nope.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. He's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, this is a scroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
Here's Chris Johnson now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Two runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
And even though that is a strike, man, that thing is coming in so hard, it's almost impossible to get a level swing off. You're better off taking it and waiting for something you can handle a little better.
That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now.
Seems like it's been a fairly consistent pattern. Hard stuff early, soft stuff late. But these guys don't seem to have caught on yet.
It's a pretty standard operating procedure, too. But they just look lost up there.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Marlins. They trail it here 4-2.
Here we go now. Let's go.
Is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Well, it's a close ball game.
Hey, we got no
outs. Starting
outs.
to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Into the seats, 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And now with that pitch count getting up there just a little bit, you can see that some of these pitches are missing just a little farther away than they were earlier.
Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. 1-2, here it comes. Hit hard on the ground to second. Kipnis is there, and the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Number 77.
Number 77 will step in. He singled in 2 trips thus far.
One away.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Trying to lay one down here, but he misses strike 1.
Hey, all right, here we go now.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Chisenhall on the move.
Heads up, heads up.
Oh, he whiffs on it.
Yeah, a little surprising here. That was not an easy chance moving toward the line, but it shouldn't have been anything that he can't handle. And he just lets the ball go right past him.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
If you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just one finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
Two outs here.
Here's D. Gordon now. Oh, and he lays one down here, and this is going to be a tough play. And he fans on the barehanded attempt, so that ought to be scored as a bunt single.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Ichiro Suzuki
Come on, get ahead.
will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted
Two
for
outs
their
here.
only runs
Two
of the
outs.
ball game on one swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. 7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. Swing and a ball lined hard towards short. Leaps and makes a terrific catch, and with that the side is retired. Another look as he goes way up to get that one at short. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Justin Bohr comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
First baseman, Justin Bohr.
Nobody down here.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count. 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
It doesn't take a trained eye to tell you. He's starting to wear down a bit out there on the mound.
Now a swing and a ground ball. Davis is there, and the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. One away. Christian Yelich will step in, a ground out victim as last time. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Up and in for ball 1.
Come on now, here we go, guys.
He's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Line drive to left.
I got it.
This will hang up just enough as he takes it in stride in left center for the second out.
Yeah, he left the ball up right there, and that's a sure sign that the pitch count is starting to affect him, and he's getting tired. He got away with it here, but you got to figure he won't get away with it for too much longer if these guys are going to keep hitting it like that.
Martin Prado will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3-4-5 guys get the rally started.
Get ahead right now.
It's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Two down now, 2 down.
Here's a ball skied in the air near the line, back behind first.
I got it.
And Napoli will look up and put it away, and the inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. The Indians on top, 4-2. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was really overpowering guys out there. Look at the line score. He winds up with 11 strikeouts, and he definitely was a deciding factor in this one.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Indians win this one 5-2. Good night from Cleveland.